Hey guys, welcome to my channel Parisin85 Living, and today I'm going to discuss with you my top 10 tips on how to lose weight and maintain that weight loss. But even before, after, whatever you choose to do, check out my website, my blog, where is a 3-part series on there right now discussing my journey with my weight, going up and down in my weight, gaining 16 pounds, losing 16, gaining 38 pounds, losing 30, gaining 33 pounds, and then getting pregnant, I gained 40 pounds during my pregnancy. And I'm just taking you through like my journey through my life with my struggles with weight, like a lot of us. But anyway, let's get right into the video. So I'm going to be posting this on my website, and on my website you can check out the steps that I'm going over in this. My husband is just coughing. But anyway, like I said, I'm posting this on my website, and where I'm going to leave a detailed description of what I'm talking about in this video for those who want to see it and who are really serious about losing weight and maintaining. Drink enough water. A lot of us heard this over and over. A lot of us hear this over and over again when we're on like our weight loss journeys, or just, you know, when you're maintaining, we have to drink water. Our bodies are made up to 70 to 70% water. So water is very important for a lot of things to function properly in our body. But try to drink at least 64 ounces to 1/2 of your weight in ounces. For example, I'm 160 pounds, so half of that is 80 ounces of water a day. Studies show that drinking water in the morning, like 16 ounces before eating breakfast, helps speed up your metabolism as well, but it helps get your organs, it gives your organs a kickstart before you start eating, because you're fasting throughout the night because you're not eating, so your body is like dry and needs water. So drinking water, like drinking 1 or 2 glasses of water before you eat. If you find yourself overeating a lot, try to drink 1 or 2 ounces of water before you eat. I learned that back in like my early years of college. My first 2 years, I was losing weight, and I didn't gain that freshman 15, but I think I gained weight that summer before college started, or maybe my senior year of high school, but I ended up losing 16 pounds my freshman year. But I learned that drinking a couple glasses of water before you eat really helps. Drinking an adequate amount of water daily adds to speeding up metabolism, removes toxins, helps in digestion, and eliminates bloat. If you find yourself like overly bloated and your stomach is like, you know, pushed out, try drinking water. You might be holding a lot of stool in your gut that needs to be removed as well. So drink that water, helps with digestion. Many times when you feel hungry, a lot of times it's just your body saying that you need water, you're dehydrated. So try drinking water first and see if that helps. Limit sugary drinks. Sugar turns into fat, and since it's so easy to drink a lot of sugary drinks, like let's say you're out and you're drinking a pop, it's so easy to get a refill, another refill, another refill, especially when you're eating a lot of high in sodium foods. You tend to drink a lot of, you know, fluid, because your food is salty, especially when you go out. When you go out to eat, food is extremely salty. Even though it might not taste salty to you, they're putting a lot of salt, a lot of sodium in your food. So be careful with the sugary drinks, and it's so easy just to get a refill after refill, and the calories just adds up. So try to eat your calories versus drinking your calories. Less refined carbs and fatty meats, more whole grains and lean protein. I remember on another weight loss journey, like I said, I went up and down throughout my life, and I remember back in like 2013, I was at a plateau, and the trainer at my gym, she told me to like try to increase your protein. She asked me like, what are you eating for breakfast? I told her, and one of the things I ate for breakfast was like 2 eggs. And she said, you know what, try to increase it to 3 eggs and try to eat more protein throughout the day. And I'm not a big meat eater, but once I started increasing my lean protein, like fish, you know, bacon fish or pan searing fish, bacon chicken, or eating like grilled sirloin and or pork loin, baking or grilling pork loin, and increasing my 2 eggs to 3 eggs, I was able to move past that plateau and lose and get to my goal weight. So like Americans, we tend to eat a lot of food that is high in saturated fats, and we eat a lot of refined carbs. So think about it, like the top 3 American favorite foods are hot dogs, hamburgers, and pizza, which is like processed white bread, white flour. The whole grains help with like the fiber and digestion, and removing those toxins in your body, and those are very essential. Unless you have some kind of allergy to any of these things I'm discussing, there's always a way of getting around it and finding what works best for you. But this is what worked best for me. Tip number 3, eat balanced meals. A lot of times we eat unbalanced. Let's say you just have like a big bowl of pasta. It's just so many carbs on that one plate. For example, like you have to make sure that you're getting your daily intake of different types of foods and produce, so you can have all the nutrients in your body that you need to function properly, and also to lose weight and maintain that weight loss. I like 4 to 5 servings of vegetables, 2 to 3 servings of fruit, 3 servings of starches, 3 servings of lean meat, and incorporating some type of like healthy fats as well, like the mono, poly, unsaturated fats you get in nuts. Avocado is a great fatty fruit that I love to eat for breakfast and put on my salads and everything. So like try to incorporate that, and like don't be scared of like the egg yolks. I eat the yolks in my eggs. I'm not about that life of like taking out my yolks out of my eggs and eating egg whites. No, like I like my yolks in my eggs. Thank you very much. And I don't have a problem. So, but anyway, some people like to take the yolk out of their eggs to cut back on that fat and cut back on the calories, but to each their own, so that's fine. Pair like your lean protein with some fiber, apple and nuts together, that's good. Fiber and a little bit of protein fat together is really good, and it'll help you stay satisfied longer. And remember not to cut out all the fats out of your diet, and don't starve yourself. You need some fat to burn. You need some fat to burn fat. I know that you need some healthy fat to burn fat. And I know that's kind of like, that doesn't make any sense, but research shows that when you eat healthy fat, it burns the fat that you have stored in your body. And don't starve yourself as well, because you're going to slow down your metabolism. Exercise and add muscle to your body. I believe in vigorous working out, like high intensity workouts if you can. If your knees are not bad, you don't have any medical issues, high intensity like vigorous workouts when your heart rate is pumping, you're getting your resting heart rate up at a certain percentage. I think like 60%. I forgot exactly what was considered high intensity, but make sure you're doing something where you're like, if you're having a hard time kind of like speaking a full sentence, you need to get yourself pumping, your heart pumping. You need to exercise your heart. And I like to incorporate, I think incorporating some kind of vigorous workout, at least a couple hours a week, along with like your low intensity workout, because you don't want to just continue to just be doing like high intensity all the time. I think that's bad for your joints, personally. But yeah, try to incorporate some high intensity with your low intensity. And I'm a firm believer in lifting heavy to like moderate to heavy weights. I'm not scared of getting bulky. You know how hard it is for bodybuilders to gain muscle. A lot of them resort to steroids, as we know, just to get bulky, or some kind of like performance enhancing drug or something that to help them. Like, it's really hard to build muscle, and it's hard to be like get bulky, but you need to like exercise those muscles. You need those muscles to grow, and it's really hard. I believe it's really hard for women to get really bulky, but some people don't like their shoulders too broad or their arms too big. But like, I'm not scared of getting bulky, and I love weights, because weights is the thing that actually contours your body, and it gives your body a shape, a nice shape. When you're just doing cardio, if you're just looking for that lean, athletic, just lean straight, not straight up and down, but that lean look, I'm not. I like curves, and I think when you add weights to your routine, I'm not saying like lift, do a bench press of, if you can 200. I mean, like, no, if you can do 200 pounds, that's fine. But I just believe I like to work my way up. Let's say like you're starting off with doing 5 pounds of arm curls, 5 pounds. And then when your body is not feeling it, it gets really easy. You have to go up. You have to either increase your reps or increase your weight. And I'm not down for doing like 50 arm curls. Like I'm not doing that. So I would like go up to 10 pounds. And when 10 pounds gets too light for me, I'll go up to 15 pounds. And then from 50 pounds, 20 pounds. If you go check my website out, on the part 1 of my weight loss journey, I have a picture of me when I was really like in the best shape of my life. And I was not bulky, and I was lifting heavy weights. I was squatting, my goal was to get close to like 200 pounds. I'm squatting like 180 pounds. Like, people are resorting to going get the surgery route, but you can get in the gym and do weights. Like surgery, that's you, do it. I'm not against surgery, but if you want a better looking body, hit the weights. If you're having a hard time trying to find ways to get to the gym, with this weight loss for me, it was really hard for me to get to the gym and work out. I think I can count on 2 hands the amount of times a little over 2 hands the amount of times I was able to get to the gym or able to do like a workout, like a run or something like that. And I had a baby carrier with my baby in it, going out for walks, or my coworker gave me my coworker, she was going to give away her running stroller. I'm like, no, I'll take it. She gave it to me for free, and I'll put him in there. But I was dealing with a lot, and it was hard for me to get to the gym. So this weight loss for me, I lost weight with just diet, eating right alone, which is kind of hard for me because I like to incorporate working out and eating together for multiple reasons. But working out just really helped me, stay encouraged and stay motivated to eat good. But this time it was different. But anyway, if you have a hard time like getting to the gym, find ways to take the stairs instead of the elevator. These are all things that we know, we just got to do it. Find ways to, like, if you can walk to work instead of driving, do that. If you have kids, put them in a stroller, put them in the baby carrier, get out and get active. Watch what you bring into your kitchen. Be prepared and read labels. I'm saying things that I've learned over the years. I started researching health and fitness when I was like in middle school. My mother was always on a diet, always trying to lose weight, and it really sparked my interest in health and fitness. And she had a gym membership, and she added us on, me and my siblings on to gym membership, and she used to work out all the time with my dad. So it was like in my blood. I love health and fitness. But anyway, we heard this before, and I've heard this for so long. Make sure to buy most of your groceries on the perimeter of the grocery store. Like, stay on the outskirts of the grocery store, because that's where you find your produce and the meat section, like your whole foods, things that require you to actually cook and make it. But a lot of packaged food holds a lot of sodium. It holds a lot of ingredients that we cannot pronounce unless you're buying organic. Try to learn to read labels. I remember watching Dr. Oz, and he said, this was like years ago, he gave us this tip that I picked up for myself. If I can't pronounce more than 5 things on the ingredient list, I won't buy it. If it's like more than 5 things on there I cannot pronounce, I'm not getting it. Or if those ingredients that I can't pronounce are at the top of the list, I'm not going to get it, because the first 5 things that's on the ingredient list is what the food is mostly made of. So I try to look for things that I can pronounce, and it doesn't have too many things I can't pronounce, and learn different code words for different types of ingredients. Like sugar, there's a code word, high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, aspartame. But like I said, sugar turns into fat, and sodium, make sure that you're staying lower on the sodium. The recommended amount of sodium daily is 2,400 milligrams. So if you're finding something like lean cuisines or stuff like that, now, I've ate lean cuisines before, but I make sure not to do if I'm eating that, the rest of the day I'm eating things that's lower in sodium. But a lean cuisine could be 700 milligrams of sodium, and a lot of things that are low in fat are high in sodium to give it that taste, to give it that flavor. More mindful eating. A lot of times when we're out with friends and family, we're just eating because we're talking, we're just stuffing our mouth, we're not really like paying attention to what we're eating. So be careful with that and pay attention to what you're putting in your mouth when you're out with friends and family and you're socializing. A lot of times when I find myself overeating, and I've read this, is when I'm in front of the TV watching TV. It's kind of like socializing, but it's just you and the TV. When you're in front of the TV and when you're standing up in the kitchen, you got the fridge open and you're just eating, and you find yourself like, overeating. You're eating fast as well, and you're not really like paying attention to that full sensation. Like, it takes a while for your body to catch up when you're eating, so you have to take your time and eat slowly, and so you can recognize when you're getting full, because a lot of times you're full and you don't even realize it because you're just stuffing your mouth. And another tip as well is to reach for smaller plates or smaller vessels for your food. We have a tendency to eat everything that's on our plate, so buy smaller plates or get smaller plates and use that instead of a big plate. Don't deprive yourself and have fun. I have to remind myself of this. It's very important to eat in moderations. Don't throw your whole day away when you're like eating bad. And I had a tendency of doing that. I'll eat bad and say, you know what? The whole day is messed up, or I'm gonna restart on Monday. Instead of like doing that, if you have a bad meal, just make it up with the other meals. Eat healthier during the other meals. If you have fun and be creative, make sure to find, I like going on websites and looking at recipes. This is very important if you don't want to get bored. Like, find different recipes that you can cook and just enjoy what you're eating. Proportion your meals when you're eating out. My husband and I will go out to eat for a burger, and the times that we were both on weight loss journeys at the same time, we want a burger, but we want to like do well. We'll go out and share a burger and fries, and we found out like that was so satisfying. We didn't eat the whole burger, but a lot of times I'll just ask the waiter or waitress to box up half my meal or give me a box, and I'll do it myself before I start eating, because if I start eating, I'm probably going to finish it a lot of times. But I've been pretty good lately with not doing that. I would just eat half of it, have that in my mind already to eat half of it, and box it up. Going back to tip number 5, when I said when you're going shopping and you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared, because when you're not prepared for what you're about to eat, that's when you start, just getting anything or buying anything or eating anything or going out to a restaurant and getting whatever because you're not prepared. You don't have anything in your refrigerator to prepare. I want to add that tip as well to this tip about going out to eat. Make sure you know where you're going before. A lot of times I'll go on the website. Let's say I'm going to Fridays and we're going to Fridays. I'll go on their website and figure out what on the menu is healthy or semi-healthy, and look at their calories and look at the sodium and the sugar and all that stuff and the amount of fat that the meal has, and have my mind set on that's what I'm going to eat when I get there. Find an accountability partner, find a workout buddy. Now for me, I didn't have someone to hold me accountable, so I use social media. I have an Instagram page where you can find me on Instagram. It's fitwit365, where I actually posted my before and after pictures, me on a scale and how much I weighed and what I was eating and what my goals were. I use social media as my accountability partner. I'm like, okay, I'm posting how much I weigh on here, and if I don't lose this weight, I'm gonna look, like, oh, not a loser, but look like I wasn't successful. So I posted it. Now I gotta like meet this goal. I have to keep going. So find something that works for you. I like going on Instagram and finding fitness inspiration. I like Massey Eris. I like Follow the Leader. Her name is Lita. I just like going on there and just following people who are showing themselves working out and eating good, and it helps me to see that. And what I do also as well is like, I like to find old photos of myself where I weighed my ideal weight, and that was my inspiration as well. Like, wow, look at back in the day that I weighed that. I want to get back to that. Why was I complaining that I wanted to lose weight? Why was I always trying to like, lose weight, where that's where I want to be now. Like you always look back and like see like, wow, why was I complaining in the first place? Find old outfits that you used to fit into, or buy a new one and hang it up and look at that for your inspiration. Also take before and after pictures. I have like a folder in my phone where I took pictures every 10 pounds or so. So take pictures, you know, every 5 pounds lost, every 10 pounds or whatever, and just keep motivating yourself, because sometimes we just look at ourselves, we don't see anything changing. But when you take photos, like the camera does not lie, and just do that, like wow, you will see like wow, I do look different, you know, I do look different. Avoid emotional eating. Like I said, I use food when I was stressed out, when I was bored, when I was sad. I find myself hibernating in the winter time. Like in Michigan, it gets really cold and snowy, and I'll be inside just eating, and that's where I found myself binge eating the most. So if you're finding yourself and you're eating, like binge eating is like when you're eating and you're ignoring that feeling of full, that full feeling that you have. You just ignoring it, and you just, you know, stuffing your mouth, you know, because you're not really getting your emotions out. You're not expressing yourself. I feel like when you're expressing yourself and you're getting your emotions out, you're venting to someone, like a loved one, your significant other, your family member, someone that you can trust. I do believe in counseling. Find a psychologist that can help you with, or, you know, if you have an eating disorder, if you just find a counselor to help you navigate through your stress and your feelings of whatever you're feeling, loneliness or sad. Find someone that can help you. Also, learn how to communicate, and I feel like writing down also your thoughts as well is helpful. Just getting that out, you're kind of purging yourself of the negative emotions that you're having, the negative thoughts that you have, and just write it out. And that's another avenue to get out your emotions, to help you with your problems with eating. So I have a bonus. This is something I'm doing this time to maintain my weight loss, because like I said, I've been up and down. I was 33 pounds up when I got pregnant. I was 196 pounds when I got pregnant, and the doctors were like, watch your eating, because you know you're at risk of gestational diabetes, preeclampsia, and I wasn't having that. I was speaking good things over myself, but still I wanted to eat healthy and do well and use wisdom. But I gained a lot of weight. Go check out my blog, see why I gained that much weight during my pregnancy. But this time I'm really leaning on God for help. Lean on God for help. If you are a child of God, God placed His Holy Spirit in you to help you, to guide you, to help you, to be your helper. And the Bible says that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And the word also says that one of the fruits of the Spirit is self-control. So ask God to increase your self-control. Ask God to help you. Ask God to give you wisdom. Ask God to give you revelation knowledge, and He will help you. There were times, like before I got pregnant, I can hear God saying, like, you said that you were going to work out at least 3 times a week, or, you know, just reminding me, like, He saw that I was slacking and I wasn't doing it. Or like, how's that after I had the baby and I was like at a plateau, I can hear Him saying, like, how's that healthy eating going? Like, God has a sense of humor. He can get sarcastic sometimes, and like, God is funny, but He helped me this time. He helps me all the time, but I really had to speak His word over myself and ask Him for help. So the Bible also says to cast out negative thoughts. So I had to cast out, you know, that's something that we need to learn how to do on a regular basis, to cast out those negative thoughts that's in your mind that goes against what God says about you, what goes against what God says in His word. So I had to cast out those negative thoughts and ask God to give me a heart to receive His love, because the Bible says perfect love casts out all fear. We are perfected in His love. So ask God to just help you to receive Him, receive His love, and He'll just get you through it. He'll get you through it. So that's all I have. Be sure to go ahead on Parisin85.com and check out my website. Leave some comments for me. Engage with me on the post. Let me know what you think about what I'm posting, and I'll be sure to come back on here and give you guys another video. So go ahead over to my hair channel as well, where I'm posting more on there, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.